Hi everyone and welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. I'm Dose and I know it's been a while, but a lot has happened in the FIFA World Cup since we last met on this channel. So let's get straight into it. Let's firstly talk about Christie, whose team beat Uzbekistan 5-0. And really and truly, I'm just happy for Ronaldo's sake that he scored because the longer he went without contributing, the louder the noise would have been surrounding his ability to start and finish a major game at a tournament. I don't have Portugal winning the tournament or going very far for that matter, but the quality of the men's national team was under heavy scrutiny after an opening day draw against the Democratic Republic of Congo, and rightly so. I chose not to do a video based on the first games of both Spain and Portugal, despite having their full strength squad, could not break down the African team. Today, they looked a lot better, everyone, including Ronaldo. And today it was evident from the kickoff the intent they were playing with. First goal could not have come at a better time, with Ronaldo receiving a low driven cross from Cancelo and the former drilling a first time finish near post to open the scoring. Portugal needed this and they needed it from their main man, definitely. Imagine people were feeling sorry for Cristiano, the top goal scorer in history. And they weren't feeling sorry for him because he hadn't scored. They were feeling sorry for him because everyone else was scoring and he wasn't, which made it seem like he was washed, and he certainly looked that way in the first game. Needless to say, though, it was a pleasure, as it always is, to see one of the greats look their best self. Honestly, the reason why he was in that position in the first place is because of his fans, the Ronaldo fans. Those fans are the reason why a 41-year-old Ronaldo has the expectations of a nation on his shoulders, and he shouldn't. The constant labeling of him as the greatest of all time, which he's never been, is why he's been underperforming. The amount of pressure you're putting on someone who could be your uncle. Let us just appreciate the greatness of Christie and stop comparing him to others that he cannot be compared with. He looked good today. He didn't look good in the first match. I don't expect a 41-year-old to be good every game and have the consistency to carry a team. His game is heavily reliant on athleticism, pace, and power, unlike other players. And these attributes, unfortunately, are the first to leave an athlete, whereas other qualities, some could argue, get better with time. He looked very much a team player today. Giving up the free kick to Nuno Mendes, who subsequently scored from it, he just looked more engaged, more willing to help his teammates, running a bit more. Cristiano could sometimes be a hard individual to root for me personally, with all the antics and theatrics, as well as a double standard saying he cares about the World Cup and then he'll say he doesn't care, like when he was talking on the Piers Morgan show. But I was genuinely happy for him today. He deserved the two goals. And the look of relief that overcame him and all his fans of Portugal was something to see. I hope he continues to do well, but all your Ronaldo fans need to stop acting like he can solve every problem at the age of 41. He cannot, especially at this age. He certainly looks like a mortal man as compared to him in his heyday. Going back to yesterday's games for a bit, how can we not mention Messi? What more can we really say about the little man? He was just made to play the game of football. I honestly don't think you can make a legitimate case for anyone over him all time. This is the best player that we have ever seen. And all the talk of him being a FIFA and UEFA beneficiary, some industry plant that they're pushing to the top of the food chain, they let him win all these awards and score all these goals. Yeah, right. But people, I don't have to convince you. You can see it on the field with your own two eyes. It just feels like every move he makes is intentional. He knows exactly where to be and when to be there. It's really just something out of a storybook, honestly. We can see him getting older. He certainly looks older, but his skill and technique, it's almost as if it's getting better with time. I just can't believe what we're witnessing. I remember a time, and I'm sure you guys do as well, when Messi was only losing with Argentina and he subsequently retired, tears in his eyes. He couldn't believe how hard it was to win on an international level. Now, that just looks like a distant memory with a World Cup and is it two or three Copa Americas? The very fabric of Argentina is Messi. He represents everything, the good times, the bad times, the culture, and the fight. Argentina seemed over the last decade to now fully embrace him because there was a time when they turned their nose up at him and chose only to recognize Maradona, especially after he lost the 2014 World Cup. But every time you see Messi, you see him take the field, it just becomes more apparent. Two goals yesterday, and it should have been another hat trick. It should have been more. If they had given his old body a chance to warm up, Part of me believes though he didn't want to break the record on a penalty. It would have been underwhelming, and the Messi haters would have crawled out from their crevices to criticize him. No matter. Another one of his trademark runs on top of the box and finish in the bottom left corner, and another strike after not giving up on a play that he started, ensuring his team qualified for the knockout stages with a sublime finish through an Austrian's legs. He's just an absolute joke of a player. He is footballing excellence and footballing heritage, I must say. Also, yesterday, Haaland and Mbappe continued to perform like the top two strikers in the world. Both are truly the next set of great players in the game of football. Both of them look hungry and look highly capable of putting their nations on their back toward World Cup glory. Mbappe with two goals as France never really got out of second gear, but they didn't have to. Mbappe with one in the first half, a simply wonderful strike from on top the box. Iran then staved off the Frenchmen as best they could for the remainder of the half. Then, after some rain, thunder, and lightning descended upon the stadium. Haven't seen something like that for a while. An entire 2 hours between both halves. And Iraq looked like the long pause affected them the most, coming out of the break with the foolishness. The keeper not looking at the pass he was receiving, Dembele was ready to pounce and laid it off for Mbappe. Absolutely shocking stuff from Iraq. I had no idea what they were doing, just gifting away goals. Mbappe now level on goals with Miroslav Klose for the second most goals in World Cup history, two behind Messi for now. And Dembele added another off a dispossession, Olise with the assist. But honestly, it should have been more. I thought before the game Iraq was going to get 10, and the way they were conceding possession to France so easily, France still looked like they have some gelling to do. I was a fan of bringing in Kone for Chouameni to provide a little more balance to the midfield and a smoother transition from defense to attack. I still believe Dembele should have a bigger role or more responsibility despite having a goal and an assist yesterday. But against the bigger teams, he's going to need more touches and more planes ran for him and through him. Olise looked busy in the middle of the park, but being asked to play a different role for country than one he's accustomed to at Bayern Munich, his club, but a solid performance from the Frenchman with an assist and some exquisite link-up play. Still, as long as Mbappe is playing at this level, they are going to be anyone's toughest test. He just looks a step quicker than everyone else. He does things so fast and precise, it would be difficult to keep him out. It would be difficult to keep him out for anyone. On to Haaland and Norway. They're cooking just as much as France and Mbappe. Haaland is just menacing, not so much with the frightening pace as Mbappe, but the finishing is almost identical, if not better. Haaland with a far better accuracy despite the same efficiency. Haaland taking 5 shots, getting 3 on target and scoring 2. Mbappe taking 8 shots, getting 3 on target and scoring 2. Haaland is just physically imposing and looking like a man amongst boys or a Viking amongst men. He is currently in scintillating form. And Martin Odegaard, his midfielder, he looks a different player to the one I've seen at Arsenal. He looks more confident, more assured. Good to see him play with such a positive mindset as opposed to that criminal football at Arsenal. He very much looked like a captain in Norwegian colours. Norway just look a really good team in form, hitting their stride at just the right time. Now, both Norway and France are in the same group and have not played each other yet, despite both of them securing a spot in the round of 32. Their game this Friday will be a decider for the highly coveted first place finish in the group. That promises to be a cracker of a game, an absolute classic match between two informed teams. I don't think either team's defense is going to be capable of stopping either offense. I think Norway is going to struggle with the pace of Mbappe and Dembele. But I also believe France is going to struggle with the physicality of Haaland and to a lesser extent Soloth. Just as a quick aside, Norway's rowing chant is also quite compelling, very reminiscent of Iceland's chants at 2018 World Cup in Russia that had everyone shook. The row, I believe they call it, Haaland and Odegaard just seemed to really enjoy it while they were participating in the row after the match. Some could say they celebrated a bit too soon, but I just think they're happy to be there. I think it's been almost 30 years. It's been almost 30 years since they last been at the World Cup. So I think they're just happy to be there, and I'm happy for them. So just looking ahead to tomorrow's games, we have Brazil playing Scotland. Brazil need to win that because we all think Morocco is going to beat Haiti. So Brazil need to beat Scotland to take that top spot in order to get an easier, quote unquote, easier run to the final, or more than likely it'll just be an easier game in the round of 32 for now. So I have Brazil beating Scotland 3-1. Then Bosnia and Herzegovina versus Qatar. I have Bosnia winning that 1-0. Switzerland versus Canada. I have this finishing 2-1 in favor of Canada. I think Canada really hit a stride after that last game. Morocco against Haiti. I believe Morocco, again, they're too strong. Hakimi, too good. Again, Morocco against Haiti. I believe Morocco going to win. They're too good of a team to lose. I think they probably nick that one 2-0. Czechia against Mexico. I think Mexico are gonna want to show out once again. I think they're gonna beat them 3-0. And South Africa against South Korea. I think I have South Korea edging it 1-0 to close out tomorrow's matches. So guys, that's the end of the video for today. It was a pleasure being here again. Drop in the comments. Let me know who you guys have winning tomorrow, drawing tomorrow, losing tomorrow. Let me know your thoughts on Cristiano, on Messi, on Haaland, and Mbappe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all in the next one.